I'm going to bring up my top 10 right now. Okay, so these are my top 10 teams in the country, and you'll see that I had Florida State down a little bit. Okay, so Florida State, I believe, was 7 for me. Yep, they're 7. And I got a lot of people like, what are you doing with Florida State at 7? Two things. Number one, this is as confident as I've ever been in my career of the 10 teams in my top 10. These are razor thin margins. I love Utah and Oregon and USC and Florida State and Penn State and Texas and Ohio State and Michigan and Washington. And like, these are razor thin margins. You see, in the past, if I put you past 3 or 4, it means like, yeah, I think you're pretty good, but I've got to put somebody there. This is not that. This is, I wish I could have all of these teams in the top 4 right now. I believe they're that good. I believe they're above the line. More on that on Wednesday. And they've got to fall in some spots. So why is Florida State behind some of these other teams? They've been better. Resume. Well, let's be fair. You've got to evaluate and analyze at least a little bit, right? And here's what I see. Florida State, while they've won the games and they've certainly done a remarkable job in September, there are a couple of caution lights flashing right now on the dashboard. Couple. Number one is they're 69th in the country in yard differential. Like, they kind of escaped against Boston College. Boston College had plenty of chances to win. And then if you really look at the game against Clemson, it wasn't a top 10 team beating an upstart in the upstart's building. It was more a team went on the road and upset the favorite. They got outgained by over 100 yards. By the way, against Boston College as well. But again, against Clemson, they had to get a strip sack for a touchdown in the second half and have the home team miss a field goal from under 30 yards just in order to get to overtime to then attack with your best player. So, like, there's just it's like a check engine light on the dashboard. So that's why they were at 7. I could have put them lower. I really could have, but they've earned the right to be, a little bit higher than some of the other teams, I would guess. If you look at the 27 teams right now in college football that don't have a loss, there's 27 of them, 27 undefeateds right now across the country. By the way, teams that aren't ranked or, undefeated, so just 27 undefeated teams. Of the 27 undefeated teams, Florida State is dead last in yard differential this year. Again, they got outgained by 100 yards against Boston College and outgained by 100 yards against Clemson. So, like, as much as they've earned, there is a check engine light on the dashboard. Now, who can expose that? I'm not sure because, like I said, I think that their path is about as easy as any outside of Georgia in the country to get to the college football playoff.